Hello, everyone. Let's go over the work that you had to do yesterday. Question 1. It's a working out question, so we need to subtract these two numbers. We know that we have to do unit under unit for this subtraction. So we rewrite the question down doing that. It's very important that you locate the units. Sorry, that's not the unit. 0 is the unit. And also the 9 is the units. So you would have to put the 9 under the 0, and then you do the subtraction. 5 take away 8, you cannot do, so you borrow. There's nothing to borrow at 0, so you go all the way to 8, which becomes a 7, and now that's a 10. Now you can borrow from the 10, and they'll leave you with a 9. After you've borrowed, that becomes a 15. 15 take away 8 is a 7. Lower the decimal point. Now we have 9 take away 9 is 0, and 7 take away 1 is 6. A very challenging question. You should be very proud of yourself if you got this right. Question 2. Last week, a couple of you used calculators and just gave me the answer. That's not acceptable. We know when we have multiplication, we do Gelosia. So I'll expect all of you to practice with your Gelosia boxes now. I have a 3-digit by a 3-digit, so I need a box 3 by 3. It doesn't matter where the numbers go. In terms of order, you can put 29.8 at the top or on the side. It's the same thing. And let's split the boxes. If you cannot split the boxes all the way, just do them one by one like I am doing them. 8 times 4, 32. 9 times 4, 36. 2 times 4, 8. Let's go with the 5s now. 8 times 5, 40. 9 times 5, 45. And 2 times 5, 10. Then let's do the 3s. 8 times 3, 24. 9 times 3, 27. And 2 times 3 is 6. All we have to do now is add this. I'm going to grab a different pen so then you can see the numbers clearly. 4 is not going to be added with anything. So that just remains a 4. Then I have 2 add 7 is a 9. 2 add 4 is 6. Add 5 is 11. Add 2 is 13. Add 6 is 19, carrying the 1. 3 add 6 is 9. Add 1 is 10. Add 4 is 13, carrying the 1. 2 add 8 is 10. Add 3 is 13, carrying the 1. So your digits here are 1, 3, 3, 9, 9, 4. We need to put the decimal point now, so that's the decimal point. Drag that until it meets with the other one, and then you drag along. Put the decimal point down. That's your final answer. Again, very challenging. So well done if you got that right. Question 3. List the first 5 multiples of 12. Multiples are the times tables. So the first one is 12. Next one is 12 times 2, 24. 12 times 3, 36. 12 times 4 is 48. And times 5 is 60. And that's it. It's only asking me for the first 5. Question 4 is a BIDMAS question. Last time, a lot of you failed to recognize that. You had not watched the video. You write BIDMAS on the side. Do you check? Have you got brackets? The answer is yes. So you leave everything else as it is. You do not do anything with them. 4 add 6 is a 10. So I've done that. Then it says indices. Have I got indices? Indices are the little numbers on top of the big ones. The answer is yes. So let's do that. 8 squared is 64. That's 8 times 8. Plus 3 cubed. That would be the same as 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3, 9, times another 3 is 27. Then I leave everything else as it is. So I've dealt with that. Now, have I got a multiplication or division? Well, I have a multiplication. So I'll deal with it first. Leave everything else as it is. 27 times 10, 270. So I've done that. And the last sum that I need to do here is 64 add 270. Do it on the side. Don't aim to do things in your head. 7 add 6 is 13, carrying the 1. So the answer is 3, 3, 4. Question 5, subtraction of fractions. To subtract fractions, we need to find LCM. It's no other way. So don't try to do them in your head, and definitely do not attempt to do them on a calculator. Now, we need to make these improper fractions in order for us to work out with them. 2 times 6 is 12, add 5, 17. Out of 6. 1 times 4 is 4, add 1 is 5 out of 4. So we need to find the LCM of denominators. The LCM of 6 and 4 is 12. So we need to write both of these numbers out of 12 in order for us to subtract. How did this fraction, so how did this 4 go to 12? That's times 3. So this 5, we need to be doing times 3 as well. So that becomes a 15. On the other one, you ask yourself, how did this 6 go to 12? Well, that's times 2. So you do the same to the 17. 17 times 2 is 34. Look how easy it is now. The denominator does not change. It's 12. And the numerators just subtract each other. 34 take away 15. You can do it on the side. 34 take away 15. 4 take away 5 doesn't do, so you borrow. That becomes a 14. 14 take away 5 is 9. And 2 take away 1 is 1. So that will be 19 over 12. And 19 over 12 is exactly the same as 1 and 7 12s, because when you go, how many 12 go into 19? It's one of them with a remainder of 7. Those are the same thing. So if you got any of these two for an answer, you would be correct. Question 6. Mr. G got 5 out of 6. So 5 out of 6 on a test, and Miss T got 7 out of 8. 7 out of 8. And it's asking us who did better. And it's asking us to compare. So we need to find the LCM to compare. We cannot do it otherwise. The LCM of 6 and 8, so we need to find that. We can't do it at the top of our head. So the 6 is 6, 12, 18. Does 8 go into any of these? No. 24. Okay, it's 24. I know that 24 divided by 8 is 3. So the LCM of those two numbers, okay, so we'd ask ourselves, how did this 6 become a 24? Because we're going to multiply both of those numbers by the same one to make equivalent fractions. So 6 times 4 gave me a 24. So I'm going to do the same to the 5. 4 times 5 is 20. Moving on to the next fraction. 8 to go to 24 is times 3. So I'm going to do the same to the 7. That's 21. So which one is bigger? 21 is bigger than 20. So the answer is that Miss T did better. Because that's what the question is asking us. If we haven't answered the question, then we haven't finished. Question 7. Write the first 5 cube numbers. So cube numbers are numbers that multiply by themselves 3 times. So 1 times 1 times 1, it's 1. So this is how the cube numbers work. It's 1 cubed, and that's 1. 2 times 2 times 2 is the same as 2 cubed, and that's 8. Then I have 3 times 3 times 3, the same as 3 cubed, and that's 27. Then I have 4 times 4, the 4. That's the same as 4 cubed, and that's 64. And if I do 5 times 5 times 5, the same as 5 cubed, and that's 125. Question 8. 5 sevenths of 21. We know now that of is the same as multiply. So 5 sevenths times 21. We write it over 1 to help ourselves. And we always say that to make your life simple, you simplify first. So we see if we can find a common factor for which we can cancel with 7. 7 goes into both these numbers. How many times goes into 7? Goes once. And how many times does 7 go into 21? 3 times. So then we have 5 times 3. So this is what we left with, 5 times 3 and 1 times 1. So the answer is 15 over 1, which is the same as 15. Question 9. Simplify. I noticed from your Hegarty questions that you were not taking the sign into consideration. You were just doing the numbers. Now I'm going to tell you again, when you collect like terms, you are to collect with the sign. So 2a has got a positive 2 there. Then I have this 5a here, which is a positive. I also have a negative 7a. It's very, very important that you collect with a sign. So the first thing you do, 2, take away 7. Number line straight away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, these are the negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just going to put the little negative sign on them. There you go. So I start at 2, so that's my starting point. And my command is to go down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That leaves me with negative 5. So here I am now. However, I have to add 5 to it. So I'm going to go back up because I'm adding 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I ended up with 0. So I'm not going to write 0a because that's a bit silly. When you have nothing, you don't write nothing. We only have to do the sevens now. Okay. So I have 7b. So I start. I'm going to clear the number line. So then you don't get confused. And we're going to draw a new one. So that's my number line. It's telling me, well, madam started -7. You must draw these number lines each time you work. Otherwise, you're going to get really confused with these questions and you're going to lose marks, which are easy to get. So -7. No, sorry, we have positive 7b. And then we're going to take away 10 from it. So let's go. Positive 7. I have to get 2 more here. It's there. And it's telling me add 5. Oh, I know, sorry about that. Let me just quickly do something else first because I have forgotten to circle this or square it in our case. As a reason I was getting confused. So I'm going to start again. Sorry for all of this. My starting point is 7b. And I am going to go down 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is where I land. I land at -3. So my answer is -3b. Remember that all the a's gave us 0, and we don't write 0a. Find the LCM of 4 and 9. Oh, this is nice and easy. We know how to do this. We write the multiples, because multiples are the times tables. 4, 8, 12, 16, then I have 20, then I have 24, 7 is 28, and I'm going to wait to see if 9 is in any of them before I carry on. It might not be. 9, 18, 27, 36, it's not, is it? So let's just keep going with the 4s. I have 28, then I have 32, then I have 36. Oh, there I go, found it. So LCM is 36. Lovely. Question 11, write 38 as product. Proud of you for this one, actually. I got loads of you who got this right. So we said if we have a number like 38, which we don't know any times tables for it. So what we do, we just half it. And when it comes to halving, you go, okay, what's half of 30? So that's 15, and half of 8 is 4. So together they give me a 19. So 2 and 19 would be the answers for this. Then the next question you ask is, is 2 prime? Answer yes. Is 19 prime? Answer yes. Oh, in that case, I've done it. I don't have any other numbers to break it up to. And that's finished. Question 10, please pay attention because last time loads of you skipped it. To estimate, round to 1 SF. All of us are so good at rounding, so you can do this. 1 SF, so the first significant figure. Let's draw the line. 3 is too weak. It doesn't change the 4, so that's remained 40 times. Draw the line. 0 is too weak to change the 2, so that remains as a 20. Then the other one, we have 5. We draw the line because we said 0 is not a significant number. When we have £0, you have nothing. So the next one, we're going to go into 7. 5 now is strong enough, and we'll change the 7 into an 8. Okay, we have 4 times 2, 8. 40 times 20 is 800 divided by 0.8. We said that we cannot divide by a decimal. That's not possible. So we're going to make that an integer. So how did 0.8 go to 8? Times 10. What I do to the bottom, I do to the top, and that becomes 8,000. So 8,000 divided by 8, we cancel down. That leaves me with a 1. That leaves me with a 1. And look, I have the answer here already. 1,000. Very difficult, this question. So if you manage to get that, you should be extremely proud of yourself. So that's the end for part 1. Rejoin me on part 2 of the video.